How's it going, everybody? This is Phil. So there's been a lot of talk about this campaign to remake The Last Jedi, and figured we'd visit the website, but and why not pledge? But I'm in a CVS right now, this music is so loud, but figured I'd pledge, but I didn't want to use my credit card or my PayPal or anything like that, so I'm going to come over to CVS and get a gift card. There we go. Okay, so I don't know if this is going to work, but I guess it's worth a shot. And let's see. I think $25 is enough. Vanilla. Unlike Lando Calrissian's sexual preference in the new movie. Alright, let's take this back to the crib and see if we can get this to work and go through the process. See you there. Okay guys, so we're back home and let's get on over to the website. .com. There we go. Remake The Last Jedi. Okay, so total pledged. Where are we at? So it's about 5 to 11 o'clock Friday night in New York, and there $97 million has $97,337,190. What was The Last Jedi's budget? About 250. So they're almost halfway. It's just kind of ridiculous. But look, that goes to show you where people are at and how they feel about this movie. That at least pledges. You know, you're looking at nearly 100 million. Let's see. This is a campaign to provide Disney an opportunity to course correct. That's a term I like to use with what's going on with Lucasfilm and Disney. With the Star Wars franchise, the fans are completely divided, and the core goal of Star Wars has been abandoned. The goal is to not make one half of the fandom happy over the other. It is to make a film that the fandom in general as a whole enjoys. And what's so wrong with that, Ryan? The hero archetypes of the original films is what made these so great. It made characters that everyone could relate to regardless of their background and beliefs. No longer having this core element along with poor storytelling has made the franchise divisive and in disarray. The producers behind this have pledged to cover the budget, but you can pledge an amount to have your voice heard. You do not have to put financial or personal information in, just an email address and a pledge. So the producers pledged to cover the budget, which is insane. So from what I hear from some of the people who know what's going on, this is legitimate, and the producers are legitimate, or at least one of the producers that's known to be behind this, who hasn't come forward yet, is a legitimate Hollywood producer with real credits to his name. And I guess he's been successful. If he's looking to, well, the producers mean in plural. If they're looking to cover the budget, that's a serious statement that's being made. And also, you know what? It goes a long way to say, hey, this isn't just a bunch of nerds who are in their basement pissed off. You know, these are successful people in Hollywood who also don't want to be spoon-fed a bunch of bullshit. And they're not willing to take it lying down, and they're people who can actually enact change themselves. Now, whether or not this actually sees the light of day, I would say that the chances are slim to none. But it's another statement that's being made here. So let's take a look at some of this other stuff here on this website. Here we have the pledge board. Okay, so $10 gets you a ticket, $25 gets you a ticket and a t-shirt that says I saved I saved Star Wars. $50 gets you all of that, and then a limited edition poster. 100 will get you everything prior to that, and you could be an extra. For $100 you could be an extra. Usually you get paid $100 for the day to be an extra. With this movie you have to pay $100 to be an extra. That's all right. It's for a good cause, right? This is a good cause. Let's see. $250 you get all prior rewards and behind the scenes live streams during filming. That's really cool. If this was a legitimate thing, to be able to see dailies or something close to would be really cool. 500 will get you all of that, and Force Effects lightsaber. 1,000 gets you a prop from the remake along with everything else. 5,000 gets you everything prior and your name in the credits, and then 10,000 gets you all other rewards and an invite to the premiere. A guaranteed invite would be nice. I want that to be guaranteed, that I get in. I just don't want to be invited. Alright, so that's what's going on. And down here we have a couple of there's Ryan. The big thing I'm thankful for, looking back, as I wrote the script before Force Awakens was even really made. Yeah, that's a dreadful thing to be proud about. Luke says, I pretty much fundamentally disagree with every choice you've made for this character. Yes! Mark Hamill, let's just say, not Luke. He's Luke to us, though. And Kathleen, the main thing is to protect these characters and make sure they continue to live in the way George created them, which couldn't be further from the truth. If anyone has done anything to not protect these characters, so they can continue to live in the way that George created them. I mean, not only did they not protect them, the way they'll live on in our memories, if you take in the whole picture, is that they all went out really in just despicable ways. It's very sad that the way they weren't protected and portrayed, and to the point where they stopped to live on in the series, was really just an awful thing. They really butchered these characters. Okay, so let's go up here and let's do our submission. Got my card. Let's see, pledge campaign required email address. So get my email address in there and select your pledge. So we're going to get the t-shirt and the ticket, and submit, I guess. Oh, thank you. Sharing it others. So I guess I didn't need to buy the card after all. It's just a pledge without any financial information. Okay, I mean, I guess it made sense. It says in the disclaimer up top. But all right, well, I got a $25 gift card I could spend somewhere. So I mean, that's it. That's this website. That's what's going on here. If you want to go and make a pledge, do what I did. Get a gift card. See if you could maybe keep it to the side, and when time comes around, maybe they'll accept that. I don't know how they intend on collecting the pledges. This is a little bit of a mystery box, as J.J. Abrams would like to say. We don't know who the person is, or at least one of the producers that a lot of people seem. Some people who are in the know, they are holding that close to their chest. Ivan Ortega seems to know. Jeremy did a video. He says that he knows that people were contacting him. None of them really thought that this was going to blow up the way that it did, but here we are. Look, man, I joined the rebellion. So, and let's see. So, $97,337,190. Let's refresh and see if it jumps now. 337 190. Remember that number. 97 million 477 460. So it was at, what was it, 377 337. So it's literally, in the time that it took me to read through this website and pledge, it went up $140,000. That's crazy. So this is, you know what, this is a barometer. Essentially, it shows people they're not happy, and they're still not happy, and they don't want to let it go. And I don't think that this is ever going to see the light of day. But here's what I think is good about the timing of this website coming out. We just kind of got through a really bad stretch as fans, dealing with the whole toxic fan community, all of these articles that have been coming out, the Kelly Marie Tran thing. There's been a lot. There's been a backlash to the backlash, and then we got the movies that were supposedly going to be canceled, and that was something where it kind of helped to change the narrative, and people turned around and are like, well, Jesus, man, what's going on with Disney? Like, apparently the Disney and Lucasfilm, they just can't get things straightened out. And then, of course, it came out that no, the movies are still in the works. So that again swung the narrative into the other direction. And then you have this website come out, and it just, it swings it back into another direction. I think this is a good thing because it helps to illustrate the level of frustration within the fan community. And Disney and Lucasfilm would like to ignore these fans and their complaints and their tweets and their Facebook posts and their Reddit threads and all of this stuff. But they do respond to money. That's the language that they speak universally. So when a movie like Solo at the box office bombs, I mean, it just doesn't come in to where it's projected as far as box office receipts are concerned, that makes them take notice. That's going to shake things up. And that's how you're able to quantify how you don't like something. You vote with your dollar, and the box office is your ballot box. So that's where you make your decision. And this whole thing, it's really something that Disney takes notice of, I would think, when there's money involved. So now you look at a website like this, and it seems silly and it seems frivolous, but what are they doing? What are they helping to do here? They're giving us the ability to help put a number on our frustration. Okay, when you apply a dollar value, it helps to quantify. Now we don't see how many pledges are made here, okay, but I'll tell you one thing, and look, people could be just making goofy pledges just for the hell of it, thinking that it's not going to get made, but $97 million, this is damn near $100 million budget. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. That's a big number. It's nothing to sneeze at. Now you look at the Deadpool movie. That was $58 million, I believe the budget was for the first Deadpool movie. You could make a movie that does really well on a good budget, if on a low budget, if you have people who know what they're doing, and they can cut corners. Hollywood gets wrapped up with these movies and their budgets, and there's a lot of I would imagine there's a lot more red tape and a lot of pockets that need to get filled, that kind of gets included with the budgetary needs for a mega blockbuster. If these guys are going to actually source out a lot of what they're doing, they can cut a lot of corners. And $100 million with effects houses that are willing to do this as a passion project, as a labor of love. I mean, you take a look at a guy like Ivan Ortega, who has essentially given months of his time to edit in what this guy Ryan Johnson turned out, and he's done amazing work, and he's trimmed that movie back, and he's made it very coherent and cohesive, and he's helped to give it a better feel and a narrative, and I mean, he's even going through the trouble of shooting an actual lightsaber battle, and this is one guy, and he's had a little bit of help along the way, but he's basically done this himself with his skill set. All right, and there's plenty of people out there who have incredible skill sets that are very talented, that would be willing to participate in a project of this magnitude, and to basically offer their services at a reduced rate, if not possibly for free, because that's how passionate people feel about something like this. And they're upset. People were upset. You could say they're angry, you could say they're man babies and they're crying or whatever. The people were legitimately upset about what this movie was and what it did, and how it kind of left everyone hanging and subverted every possible scenario that people wasted hours and upon hours of their lives making videos and participating in chats and Facebook groups and all of this debating and conversation and arguing and back and forth and trying, and it was fun. It was, okay, people argue, but they were passionate and they were having fun, and nobody now, there's that vibe is gone. Everybody is pretty much at this point like, where do they go from here? What are we gonna do? Like, they killed off Luke. Like, these characters are gone. Like, how did it get this way? Like, that's what all of this is. There's not all of these videos that are coming out, like who's Rey's parents and what's Snoke's origins and what's going to happen with Luke and who are the Knights of Ren, and there's none of that. There's nothing. Nobody cares about the continuing story of Rose Tico at this point, or what's the next step for Finn. I mean, how much more goofy are they going to make that character, or where is Rey going to end up? She finished her 3-movie hero's journey, ended in the first movie. She started from nothing. She had some adventures. She rose above everything else. She tapped into the Force, and she defeated the new Darth Vader, Kylo Ren, for the first time ever picking up a lightsaber. That's it. She was done. Her whole journey was complete in the first film. So what does it matter? There's going to be this big standoff in the third movie between these two characters. We've already seen it in the first movie. The only thing that they could do is kill her off, which, I mean, they're not going to do that. So we know she's going to come out at the end, and we don't even care. And Kylo Ren isn't a good enough villain to deserve our concern. There's no menace there. He's just a little crybaby bitch. So, I mean, but did I go off on a tangent? I mean, I intended to jump into another article here, but okay, so that's it. Look, I'm a part of the rebellion. $25, I can part with that, and if I got to send them in a check, or if I'll send it into them cash, whatever the case may be, who knows? I'll take my $25 gift card, and I'll go to Buffalo Wild Wings and get some shitty wings, a couple of tap beers, and watch a game. So anyway, that's it. So what do you guys think about this? This whole thing with Remake The Last Jedi, like I said, I think it swung the narrative back into a different direction. I think this is good because that toxic fan community story that they were running with the whole Tico gate, that really gave us a black eye. I think this is something that kind of shines a light again in the other direction. You have people like Seth Rogen, who gave it even more of a spotlight. You have Michael Ian Black, who we gotta love him now, because he came in and said that he'll match the first 50 million. Whether or not he was joking, who knows? But you know, I'll have to research and see if he's a huge Star Wars fan. But I mean, just, it's funny. Just everything that's going on. It's crazy, and the story keeps changing almost every day. I mean, you can't keep up. I mean, I really wish I had enough time to do these videos. All day, 2 or 3 a day. So as it is right now, it's just it's too much for me. But I'm glad to get these out when I did. I'm glad I got to this website. Check this out, and all right, that's it. So listen, feel free to discuss. Let me know if you pledged or you intend to pledge. They got my $25 pledge, and I'm looking forward to hearing things develop. Who knows? I will say this is a shoddy website. I mean, this is like, kind of late 90s, early 2000s. I mean, and I don't know if you guys have seen this video. It's funny, but they're gonna have to do a little bit more to actually give me faith that they're gonna be able to pull this off. But for what it is, it's fun, and I'd rather hear about stuff like this than all the other just things that they were saying about the fan community, and all the infighting and all the toxicity, and it's just been really bad. So this is a welcome reprieve from all the other nonsense. Let's take one more look and see. So 97 477, and we'll refresh, see where we're at. Okay, so in like another 5 minutes, it went from 477 to 518. So right, 477, 87, 97, 07. So another 41,000 in 5 minutes. I mean, look, this thing it's really got a life of its own. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know how long they intend to take pledges for, but this thing could easily get to $250 million by next Friday, easily. So, I mean, they might be able to make the whole entire sequel trilogy at this rate. Who knows? All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. So yeah, let me know what you think. Have you pledged? Are you into Rebellion? And what do you think about this website? I think it's silly. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but it is something fun. It's a nice distraction. So that's it. Take care, everyone. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Feel free to comment down below, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. And get that little notification bell, a ding, and when I put something new up, you'll be the first to hear about it. And that is pretty much it. So take care, everyone. I hope you have a great weekend. If I don't hit you up with another video, be happy, be safe, be healthy. Have a good night. Bye-bye.